And the Disc Golf Pro Tour was pushed into the spotlight over the weekend after Natalie Ryan, a transgender female competitor, saw her chances of possibly winning a California tournament disappear due to an appeal of a court ruling. The Professional Disc Golf Association tightened its rules on transgender participation in December, which would have kept Ryan out of the women's division. She filed a discrimination lawsuit in February, saying that the tour's decision was based on prejudice, according to OutSports. On Thursday, U.S. District Court granted Ryan a temporary restraining order, allowing her to play. Then they pulled that shit. So I didn't realize disc golf was this big of a deal.
Why don't you just call it professional frisbee?
Yeah. What the fuck is this?
Disc golf is misleading. It throws me off. I was like, hold on, what now? And I saw it and I was like, that's the frisbee. Professional Frisbee League. That's it. You know?
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
No. And what was her ranking?
Number 5. Before she was pulled out, she was ranked number 5. So even with a cock and balls, this dude, bro, was not beating the chicks in which. How much of an advantage could having a cock and balls be in throwing a fucking frisbee?
Bro,
or how much
I don't know.
disadvantage could it be?
Yeah,
it seems like it would all be technique. It's a fucking frisbee,
right? But again, I don't understand why there isn't a general rule for trans athletes or whatever. It should just be something that everybody could fall back on and look and be like, hey, do you meet this criteria? If not, you can't play. You know, because with this ruling, they were saying you have to have what 2 point something testosterone level, 2% or some crazy number, whatever, as far as testosterone, and also start transitioning from the age of 12 or something like that. It's like that's kind of archaic at this point, considering if she's been competing that long, and all of a sudden they fall back on that rule. You know, I don't know, per sport, there should be just one general rule so they could just knock off all this, you know, back and forth on who can compete and who can't compete. That way,
like they need their own league where it's just nothing
that
but
part too.
Dudes
trans athletes that compete against other trans athletes, and just trying to cross over to other sports and just leave it alone to avoid the confusion.
Yeah. You need your own league. You know, compete against each other, and you know, stop trying to go into heterosexual bars and pick up dudes. You know, like there are so many things where this applies to, where y'all need y'all own shit. That's all it boils down to, man. Like y'all need your own bathrooms, y'all need your own clubs, y'all need your own sports. You know, because right now we have a small group of individuals who decide to be a different gender and then ask everybody else to change the fuck up overnight to accommodate them.
Right.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand it. I really don't.
This was throwing me off. Like if she was already competing, why is it an issue now? She's ranked number 5, so she's been in it for a minute. But now all of a sudden, you know, she feels she has a chance to win the whole thing. And I'm kind of like, not at number 5, you know, but to each his own. I just don't understand the rules. You know, they just keep changing, and it's by sport, you know, swimming, track and field, all the sports. It's like, man, we get on the same page. You know, that's what you need to be marching and rallying for, the one set of rules.
Yeah. Get your own league, create your own league, and you can make whatever rules y'all want to, you know, cat fight about it. You know,
hey man, I just heard about this sport, professional, in my mind, frisbee, not disc golf, professional frisbee thrower. That's it. You know, I need to get in that, man. I guess if they're getting paid, we need to you know, start our own league, man. Get a team together. We could throw some damn frisbees. But anyway. Man. Yeah, this is
themselves professional athletes.
Oh, the
there's
disdain in your
like,
voice. I got you.
for real, man, because there are bare knuckle brawlers out there. Those dudes are professional athletes. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, and then you got a dude in a skirt throwing a fucking frisbee. Talking about he's a professional athlete. That's apples and oranges, man. It's cherries and bananas.
It's the terminology that gets you. Professional athlete shouldn't be thrown around so loosely.
I think so.
Is that it? Is that it? I mean, like you said, because some people consider archery, and all you're doing is
just be hard as fuck.
Yeah, I understand that, but just because it's don't seem relevant to us because it's not bare knuckle. You're not putting hands, knuckles to eyes.
I think archery has more practical application than we give it credit for. I mean, I know they're just shooting bales of hay. I mean, but you could take out a man. You could take out a you could take out a bear with an arrow. There ain't shit you can do with a frisbee. You know what I mean? Like they're
okay, man. I used a bad analogy. What about what's that shit they did in the Olympics and the dude on the ground with the kettleball and the dude scraping ice? Curling. Shit. Okay.
That seems like a sport that you only play when you're fucked up at a bar in Canada.
Okay.
Where there's plenty of ice and there's nothing else to do.
Right. I'm sorry about the archery to all of my archery folks out there. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect. That is some skills. Yeah, I got you. But come on, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. Especially about the rules and all of a sudden to apply them, not to apply them, and when it's too much, man.
The Olympics has an anti-doping policy,
definitely, and college,
everybody's
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's trying to come up with this anti-dicking policy or something where we have to conform to whatever this dude wakes up and decides he wants to be that day.
Mm-hmm.
It is so strange that we are changing the way our entire society works for a small group of individuals that just woke up one day and decided not to be the gender they were born.
So we have
a lot of accommodation doing. It's not like building. There are places in America where they still don't have handicap ramps to get into public buildings.
Before they made the adjustments for what's that, universal restrooms. There are more universal restrooms than there are handicap ramps, I'm assuming, under that pretext. Yeah. I mean, I feel like you said shit is changing, and it's like we're not even accommodating those who came first. Somebody. Yeah. Hey, man, that's just where we're at right now, man. I mean, it's especially in sports now. It's like, okay, now all of a sudden you want all these rights when you couldn't compete as the gender you were born as, but now you jumping into the, you're transitioning over. And I still feel that's, you putting people at a disadvantage when you do stuff like that.
Big time. There are women. I don't know if this has been a goal for some little girl growing up to be the disc golf champion of California or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem very important to anyone, but
this is a women's league though, right? This is a women's league.
Yeah, this is the women's league that he's competing in.
Okay. Yeah.
Man, take your ass home. Take your ass home. Nobody's got time to figure your shit out. Like just
that's enough.
Do this shit with like individuals or something. Or shut your mouth. If somebody says you can't do something, then fuck it, you can't do it.
That's it. That's all. That's the rule. That's it. And that's it. That's the rule.
Hey, this is the female lead. No dicks allowed. Take your ass home, bro. And you can accept that and go build a transgender league. See if anybody wants to invest in that. See if Budweiser wants to give you a sponsorship.
Yeah.
But these are institutions that are already been put in motion, and now you coming in fucking it all up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand this shit, man. And this would be way different if it was RuPaul trying to throw a frisbee in this league.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think RuPaul is trans. I think she's just a cross dresser.
Okay. Yeah. And see, that's the other thing. I don't get these. I really don't get these definitions.
It's a distinction, man. It's a distinction. And we're trying to decipher, as we go. As we go, man. That's all. Hey, man, I'm done. I like I said, I just found out about this sport this morning. So
and also, it's very odd that because we're talking about transgender, whatever, this will get more views than 90% of our other videos. That's how that goes, son. That's how that goes. Okay. I'm glad you pointed that out. Yeah. Fuck you, Natalie Ryan. From us at 3 p.m. Fuck you, Natalie Ryan. Next. Yeah, really.